Okay, so let's talk about Eric Adams. Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City, has found himself at the center of multiple investigations culminating in an indictment on 5 federal charges, including bribery, wire fraud, conspiracy, and soliciting campaign contributions from foreign nationals. This has been, some people are saying, and I agree with them, that this is just this investigation has been running from 2021. Have been approved into his 2021 campaign. I'm seeing here in my notes. But let's be serious. I think it all boils down. It all boils down to clips like this one. Let me adjust the volume.
This issue will destroy New York City. Destroy New York City. We're getting 10,000 migrants a month. The city we knew we're about to lose. And we're all in this together, all of us.
Okay, so you can imagine that this caused a stir in the Democrat Party, in the sense that you cannot attack your peers like that. And they are all aligned on this open border of bringing all these people in and have all these sanctuary cities and make sure that they receive them in one way or another, and then host them. And some of you are from New York. I see that you watch my channel or my channels from New York, and you can say it, express in the live chat what is going on in New York right now. And yes, it's not good. I mean, this has to be regulated in a national scale, a worldwide scale, because many countries are suffering of the same, of unfettered, unregulated immigration, whether sometimes even it's legal, even the legal immigration. In the case of the United States, when the TPS, we know that in Springfield, Ohio, has been a topic with the dogs and cats and the Haitians and all that stuff. That even the legal immigration has to be controlled. Like the UK, you can have legal immigration, but it has to be like proportionate to the country. But in this case, I think that the Democratic Party did not like Eric Adams' retort about immigration, especially what was happening in New York. And I'm going to show you the full clip, part by part, to see that he really meant it. But just for fun, I'm going to play this. This is something that I never thought that someone could sell New York this way, in the sense of selling, in the sense that, well, making the city attractive. But here it goes.
This is a place where every day you wake up, you could experience everything from a plane crashing into our trade center to a person who's celebrating a new business that's open. This is a very, very complicated city, and that's why it's the greatest city on the globe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that is interesting, right? That's something that you never get bored in New York City. I think that is his point, right? That's something that when I dream about the United States back, well, talking about 35 years ago, 30 years ago, that New York City was something that I thought that anything could be possible. And well, the mayor just said that you can wake up in the morning and basically look anything. And yes, there's some AI stuff, like you can have also migrants saying things that I cannot say here. And well, that's the appeal of New York. I don't know if that's a good thing, I guess. You don't get bored. But, well, this is the longest clip of what he said that upset all these peers.
This issue will destroy New York City. Destroy New York City. We're getting 10,000 migrants a month. One time we were just getting Venezuela.
Venezuelans mentioned.
Now we're getting Ecuador. Now we're getting Russian speaking coming through Mexico. Now we're getting Western Africa. Now we're getting people from all over the globe have made their minds up that they're going to come through the southern part of the border.
But if you sell New York as the most interesting city in the world, well, what did you expect? This is my question.
And come into New York City. And everyone is saying it's New York City's problem. Every community in this city is going to be impacted. We had a $12 billion deficit that we're going to have to cut. Every service in this city is going to be impacted.
Okay, then when people begin to say hard numbers, you know that they mean business.
Last year when we had 15,000, I'm telling you now with 110,000, the city we knew we're about to lose. And we're all in this together, all of us.
Notice that he uses very strong body language. Even if he is limited by the use of the mic, he is using very strong baton gesture. I think right now he's using the pinch, something that's a baton gesture. When you emphasize a point, he's driving the point home, saying that, well, this is what's going on. I don't think anybody. You see the faces of the people right behind him. No, well, they already were not pleased on what he was saying. You see that this guy leaning backwards, and this lady, I think she was crossing her arms, and this one was trying to hide her face with her hand. I mean, they did not like that at all, and no, it was not looking good. But he was legit. That was something that was happening. He was genuinely worried about the city. But who was to blame? It is my question. Oh, the border czar, of course. that would be the one to blame in this case. The border czar. And when he was, this clip is a bit funny, because after he was indicted, he was heckled. I don't have captions in the first part of this clip, but you can hear what they are saying.
This is not a black thing. This is a you thing.
This is not a black thing. This is a you thing.
This is a you thing, Eric Adams. This is not a black thing.
This is a you thing, Eric Adams. Like, this is on you, what you did.
Your policies are anti-black. You are a disgrace to all black people in this city. The things that you have done are unconscionable. You hurt our schools. Our streets are dirty. Our children are harassed by the police. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You can shush me all you want, but the people are with us. And this is not a black thing. This is a justice thing.
You can see that he was expecting for the hecklers to just finish their the rhetoric, but no, they were not going to finish. So whatever happens to Eric Adams, I think this is unfair. I think this is unfair in many ways, because he was calling out what the city was going through. He was doing the right thing. When you think about it, yeah, this was the same guy that gave. Yeah, thank you, Nancy. I was about to say it. This guy did a key to the city. This was the guy who was saying, "Oh, yeah, that Manhattan car chase with Duchess Difficult that never happened." You know that. Wait, but at least he called things. He called a spade a spade. That immigration was hurting the city, and the city could not deal with this anymore. But if Eric Adams is taken out for to say something, to have an expression, well, this is the guy who seems that is gonna take his place. I don't know how this works. I just have this. Everyone was sharing this clip on X, and I think this was a bit, well, unhinged.
We are going to have to accept some discomfort in the next few days. That's what we're going to have to do as a city to get through this. And so I'm asking the mayor and the police commissioner to allow people to express their anger, to allow people to express their pain. And as a city, we have to accept that we are going to be in some discomfort for the next few days. And the only thing we should be asking is, how do we address the pain, and how do we address the anger, And as long as the leaders are from the community making the decisions, we should all be supported.
Right, so I don't know his name, but the guy is all of is a personality in himself. It seems that it's not going to go well for New York City. I don't know what to tell you. I love New York, by the way, and this was Eric Adams' words after he was indicted. He just read this from a script.
The erosion of the quality of life that we've improved on in such a short period of time of this administration. And we have been impacted. For many months, we were able to keep the visualization of this crisis from hitting our streets, but we have reached a breaking point. We're no longer able to do that because of the volume in numbers. Just last week, we had 3,900 people that arrived here.
It doubled down.
We are averaging anywhere from 2,500 to close to 4,000 a week. And if you do the math, you see that's 8,000 every 2 weeks, potentially 16,000 a month that we must feed, clothe, house, educate children, and all the services that you were given.
Yeah, the guy was actually fed up, but this is what happens. This is what happens when you go off the script, but you don't know what you have to like try to connect. What was a word that I was trying to use? Try to connect to things. That is the immigration policy of the Biden-Harris administration that makes no sense. And we already know on that Kamala Harris interview, when she was asked by Stephanie Hughes, wasn't her name? But she was asked the question about these towns and cities that are at capacity. Is the key word in here. The New York City is at capacity. Springfield is at capacity and beyond their capacity. What is going on? What is going to happen with this? And Kamala Harris completely avoided to answer that question. She began saying that we need a stronger border. She never said she was going to close the border or reduce the amount of people crossing the border, but she made sure to say that we need a path to citizenship, a faster path to citizenship. What does it mean? That they are not going to deport anybody, and that they're going to keep letting people in, and they're going to send them to the red cities to turn red cities into blue cities. You know, that's the whole stick of all that.